Yes, I can start. So, at the outset, I would like to thank Cuticon for giving me opportunity to be here with all of you. Sir has rightly said, hello Junagadh. The term dermatology, first sentence, madam, there was in group, you are dealing with the largest system of the body. So I am the person who is dealing with very small system of the body. One uterus, one vagina, two tubes and two ovaries. Okay, so thank you for again inviting me to the Cuticon. The moment child is born, mother is also born. She is there, mother is something new. With the blessings of mother of mine, 3 books written by us is recommended in Royal College. The Atlas of Italicocardiography has gone for second edition. Likewise, test IVF made easy. I am editor-in-chief of 2 journal. And recently I got opportunity to be there with Professor Herman Tournay in Eshrei and I presented in front of 1,000 to 12,000 people in Copenhagen, the interview of profession. While we are discussing pregnancy and drug disease, I must thank Professor Ranjan Madam that from your chapter I have taken all the slides. As a dermatologist, as a gynecologist, we won't want to see this baby like thalidomide. Thalidomide I had heard a lot, but if you use thalidomide in pregnancy, you can have this type of baby. Retinoids, they have to be there, and it should be stopped before 1 year or at least 3 years. If suppose you are taking typical type of retinoids, we don't want to have baby with spina bifida, with eye disorder, with seal baby, with legs stuck together, with cleft lip and cleft palate, single limb, anencephaly. At this type of juncture, we have to think ourselves and we have to first know the no which we all had taught during our first MBBS. First, do no harm to our patients. So while prescribing a drug, either by a gynecologist or by a dermatologist, we must see that what this drug potentially cause teratogenic effect to our patients. There are so many drugs which can cause contraceptive failure, like rifampicin, sir is rightly using in your leprosy. It sometimes causes contraceptive failure. So we have to think that this can cause teratogenic effect. There are potential risks of so many drugs with the fetuses, and so many drugs interfere with the conception. And we have to stop so many drugs either before one consecutive cycle, 2 cycles, 6 months, 1 year or 3 years before they are trying for conception. And there are some chances of spontaneous abortion, as well as we always have to think for preserving fertility. Sometimes we are giving the chemotherapeutic drugs. What is the most crucial period in the life of a pregnant lady is around the 2 to 8 weeks of pregnancy. This is the most vulnerable time. At this time, there is organogenesis, and if she exposed to any teratogenic drug, there are potential result in malformation into the baby. Why this has happened to a lady who has become pregnant? You all know that pregnancy is a state of hemodilution. Hemoglobin is also decreasing because of the dilution, and because of this hemodilution, there is alteration and decrease in the absorption. There is disturbance in the distribution of the drug because of the body volume, decreased plasma binding capacity, and free drug concentration. There is increase in metabolic rate of hepatic flow clearance by cytochrome family 450 and UGTs, and there is also increase in the renal excretion and increase in the blood of GFR. In 1979, after the 10th year of my birth, there is a very good nursery rhyme given by this FDA. A is safe, BC can be given, D says don't, and X is of my type. This is notion we have to heard, and this is the same nursery rhyme I will recite at the end of my presentation. In 2050, a newer classification has emerged that has got different section of 8.1 that categorized with pregnancy, 8.2 with labor and delivery, and 8.3 with nursing method. But in India, still we are following ABCD and X. Sorry. First and foremost, the psychiatrist doctor has also said that there is urticaria, there is itching. So first drug is pregnancy and pruritus. What American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology and American College of Asthma, Allergy and Immunology safely recommend chlorphenamide as the drug of choice. Cetirizine and loratadine is also recommended, but you should be cautious while prescribing this drug in first trimester because they are causing hypospadias in the baby. Loratadine and cetirizine also antihistaminic of choice. If we say category B is chlorpheniramine and diphenyl hydrochloride, we are prescribing hydroxyl, that is Atarax, but beware that it can cause cleft palate. Cetirizine, levocetirizine, loratadine, all are category B drugs, and that should be with caution. It sometimes causes hypospadiasis in the liver. Bacterial diseases are common with pregnancy. And here we have to say our God, oh God, forgive my old sins because I have to take azithromycin, erythromycin, vancomycin, syncomycin, all are my sins to be had to kill that bacteria. But when we are prescribing penicillin, we have to consider ourselves that this can cause serious experimental reaction. And I love dermatology branch because they have got very good symptoms. Every symptoms and every disease has got beautiful name. Patient can say, I have got pityriasis rosea. You can see that there is something good in there. So we have to be cautious while prescribing all these drugs. Fluoroquinolines or quinolines should not be taken during pregnancy because they are deposited in the long bone of the babies, likewise tetracycline and clotrimazole. Clotrimazole is not available in private, it is also available in civil hospital, that is Septran, and that cause ototoxicity. For topical, you can give mupirocin. If you want to use fusidic acid, we have to be ready with carnitrous in the neonate. Silver sulfadiazine and chlorhexidine can be used. What about the pregnancy and fungal infection? Most of the patients are coming with so many different type of fungal diseases, and only safe fungal drug is Travelers. We are prescribing fluconazole. It is safe in low dose, but if you want to give in higher dose, there is Entley-Baxter syndrome, comprises of trapezoidocele with facial hyperphagia, cartilage abnormalities, multiple synaptosis, and skeletal fracture. Category B, all azoles, cotrimazole, oxyconazole, all are category B drugs. We can use cyclophosphamide is also only A I had found in all these different drugs, that is Nystatin. Otherwise, no category A drug is available. We can prescribe safely during pregnancy and viral infection. Now, so many patients are coming with viral infection, and here there is Mahavir, there is Acyclovir, Valacyclovir, Famciclovir, all vir are safe during pregnancy. We can use all this vir during pregnancy. They all are antivirals. Pregnancy and parasitic infection, category B's are permethrin, malathion, and spinosaids. We can safely use in our pregnancy. Pregnancy with corticosteroid. Since morning I am harboring this tattoo. Stop topical steroid misuse, and here I am hearing that we have to use steroid. Bombay madam says that we have to use steroid. Madam, thank you. My wife is dermatologist, so we don't face this type of dermatological complication. If Bassett is there, we are directly referring to her. And in particular cases of lichen planus, we are also using lasers. That is our NDAG laser is also very good there. So corticosteroid or steroid is used judiciously when it is very useful in our patients. In 1972, very good paper came by Professor Langins and Roche that you have to use betamethasone during pregnancy. At that time, there is a small distinction between the idiot and genius. So they said this is very good drug you can use during pregnancy, and people said that this is a very high dose of steroid, like 12 milligram per. But believe me, this can cause placental barrier. It gives very good increase in the surfactant. And believe me, we have done 100 case study of antenatal injection of betamethasone. It is a lung warrior. If you use judiciously, it can decrease NICU admission. But when any steroid is ingested in body, it must require 11 beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase type 2, and it converts active glucocorticoid into cortisol and prednisolone into cortisone and prednisone. However, in pregnancy, there is less sufficient availability of 11 beta hydroxySSD2. Contrary to that, clinical study proved that if you use high dose of prednisolone, 8 to 10 times lower availability than in placenta in the baby. So we can use safely methylprednisolone, dexamethasone, betamethasone, and triamcinolone. Recently, people said that if you use dexa, it is good for lung maturity. It should be given in single or either in double dose. Prednisolone and prednisone is category D drug. So there is dearth of evidence showing the direct causal association between the systematic steroids. If they are given, we have to be ready with orofacial defect, IUGR, fetal growth restriction, and associated gestational diabetes. So what is the rule of thumb? Lowest effective dose for least possible duration. Inborn fetuses to mother who have received corticosteroid may have to be suffered with hypogonadism. Pregnancy with immunosuppressants. Azathioprine, it is category D drug, but considered safe in pregnancy. Dose should not be excess more than 2 kg per kg body weight. And if SD ratio, TCDC we have to monitor. If it is less than 1 SD, then we have to give the half dose. Cyclophosphamide, category D drug. Avoid in pregnancy and contrast should be advised for 1 year. Okay. So if we are giving methotrexate, again A is safe, BC can be given, B is not, and X is not my type. If you are giving methotrexate, be ready with methotrexate embryopathy of this typical nose, hypertelorism, and spare eyebrows. Cyclosporine, inadequate data, MF, mycophenolate, mofetil, avoid should be 6 months during pregnancy. And if you are giving this, then ready with EM4 trial, ear, mouth, finger, and nose, and there is hypertelorism. Hydroxyquinone, hydroxychloroquine, category C drug, it should be continued. And see that if you are using this drug, there is decrease in pregnancy loss, preterm labor, risk of lupus will be very less. And we have done beautiful paper with the help of my 2 daughters, one is Dhruti Pandya and Rutvi Pandya, and we have treated 2 patients with SLE, and both patients are very good, and this is one of the rare cases of pregnancy with SLE. Retinoids, patients are coming to you. Regularly you are prescribing retinoids. Isotretinoid, category C drug, should be avoided 1 month stopping the therapy. If you are using acetylene, category X drug, it should be stopped and after consuming 3 years of stopping therapy. If it is there, then you have to get this type of retinoid embryopathy baby. Biologics, now it is very much used in each and everywhere. Again, the mother of this, all this, that is Vir, that is mycin, and now there is MAB, rituximab. It should be about 12 months. Only safe is anti-TNF alpha and anti-interleukin 17 and anti-IgG. This you can give safely during pregnancy. Leprosy with, sir is doing very good work of leprosy. Dapsone is category C, rifampicin is category C, thalidomide is category X, and it is proven that if you use thalidomide, be ready with thalidomide baby. All pregnant leprosy should be started on multi-drug therapy, and MDT should be continued during pregnancy and lactation. Oral corticosteroid is a drug of choice. Antiretroviral drugs, TLD with tender loving care should be given to our patient, that is tenofovir, diosonide, and ampicillin. This nevirapine we are giving to the baby 2 mg per kg body weight, and I am happy to say that we have done more than 1,200 patients of HIV till date with antiretroviral therapy. Being a head of PPTCT unit in CUSA Medical College, we have treated all of the HIV patients in 1995 to 2023, and all this baby after giving very good antiretroviral therapy, very good nevirapine coverage, they are free of diseases and they can marry with normal healthy woman. Seconavir, that is all this Dabutavir, Maravicovir, these all are safe during pregnancy, and this is our paper with pregnancy with COVID. We have done more than 100 cases of COVID treated patients. Procedure, because we love to see that there are lots of dermatosurgeries nowadays taking off. Chemical peel, glycolic acid peel is safe. If you want to use any cosmetic procedure, lidocaine and pyropilocaine is safe during any cosmetic procedure. Avoid electrocautery, laser should be avoided. If you want to do PRP, you should be ready with sepsis, and serotherapy should be avoided. All Montelukast and tranexamic acids are safe, and for peel, glycolic acid peel is safe. So what a lady says, don't give me teratogenic drug, give me pickles, or sometimes give me Doritos. You can use the voice.
Doritos. He's eating Doritos. On my ultrasound.
I will finish right at 12-15 minutes.
Kitty cats.
So at the end, if you prescribing any drug, again same with nursery rhymes. Everybody should be happy at the end. No dermatology, no gynecology should be unhappy.
And the place
To be happy is here. And the way to be happy is to make someone happy and have a little heaven right here. Thank you.